Roll call, please.
Chair Campenny,
Here.
Vice Chair Breckville, Board Member Hawkins,
Here.
Board Member McChrystal, Board Member Moser,
Here.
and Board Member Noble.
Here.
Okay, so let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And without Breckville here, we said it the right way. Okay, can I get approval of the agenda, please?
Motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get approval of the minutes?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Do we have comments from the public?
Chair, I have none.
Okay. Do we have any comments by board members on non-agenda items? Seeing none. Number 2, Business Improvement Reimbursement Grant Program Guidelines. Resolution number 12-2024 of the CRA. Do you need to read that?
Yeah, if you like.
Why not? We got nothing going on here.
I do for the normal Board of Commissioners, but obviously at your leisure on this one. I do want to note that the title is a little bit off from what the actual resolution is. There was some changes, and it's not reflected in the agenda item summary title. But if you actually look at the resolution, it's slightly different than what's in the title. So I'll read the one that's in the resolution.
Okay.
So it's a resolution of the Board of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Stuart, Florida, to amend the Business Improvement Reimbursement Program, also known as BURP, criteria, evaluation matrix, and clarification to program guidelines, providing an effective date and for other purposes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ms. Jordan.
Good afternoon, CRB board members. Jordan Pinkston, CRA Program Manager for the record. On October 1st, 2024, the Community Redevelopment Board was presented and proposed amendments to the Business Improvement Reimbursement Grant Program Guidelines. The board recommended approval to implement the revised program guidelines. Other items that were discussed at the meeting were to create a loan program for businesses to purchase or improve their property and to phase out the language that promotes asphalt parking lots to encourage pervious surfaces. Staff did speak with our city manager and city attorney regarding the potential for a CRA-funded business loan program. Many factors were discussed, such as loan qualifications, bank participation, public records of financial information, interest rates, property liens, funding allocation, things like that. And then currently, we simply do not have the resources to manage a program of this stature. However, there are other ways we can further assist businesses who would like to improve their facades. It was previously suggested to possibly increase the match amount and overall budget to the Business Improvement Grant Program. Other cities and counties in Florida that offer similar programs to BURP, which support facade improvements as part of their economic development initiatives to revitalize commercial properties and attract businesses. Some of those municipalities offer a large financial maximum match amount, while others provide a higher percentage match. A good example that the board may want to consider would be Martin County's Property Improvement Program, which uses an 80-20 formula. The CRA would provide 80% of the project cost as a reimbursement, up to the max of $20,000 per property, to supplement private funds to pay for the design and construction of the property improvements. So for example, if a project costs $25,000, the CRA program would pay a maximum reimbursement of $20,000, making the business owner's responsibility only $5,000. But at this time, staff would like to open for discussion and request a motion be made to recommend approval of resolution number 12-2024 CRA to amend the Business Improvement Grant Program Guidelines.
Okay, so right now, you're not asking for us to approve that, correct? Or you are asking us to approve that?
So I know that we had discussed possibly another program, so I didn't know before you approved this in the guidelines if you wanted to amend it in any way, maybe upping the amount or or something like that. But if not, your recommendation goes to the CRA board, and the CRA board will actually execute the resolution.
And so, do we want to leave it the way it
Exactly.
is? Or is that the, I'm trying to find out.
Yes.
Leave it the way it is? Or do we want to up the amount? Is that is that what we're discussing? Okay. So does anybody want to say anything?
So just so I'm clear, outside the 80/20, what is the maximum amount right now that can be,
10,000 into
10,000.
50/50.
okay.
Does anyone like this recommendation? If I remember correctly, this recommendation was, and he's not here unfortunately, but this was Mark Breckbill's recommendation. I know that I'm not for it, and I don't think I was at the time. And I probably would guess Frank would not be for it. And I don't remember how the rest of you felt, so how do the rest of you feel? Aaron?
Well, I think it's an excellent program. I'm not sure if we should increase the funds per business. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about whether or not.
Yes.
Now, you said that you could do a percentage increase, though, so if a project was, say, $10,000, they would get 8,000 instead of the 50% of 5,000, right?
Yeah, we could do it, we could change it to an 80/20 split versus the
With
50/50
the
and keep the
$10,000
10,000
max?
cap if you wanted to do that. Right now, our current budget for this year is 50,000 total. So obviously, that would change the amount of applications we would receive too, before we maxed out.
Are you having any trouble placing the 50,000?
No,
You're
No.
able to exhaust all those funds? Okay.
last fiscal year, we didn't, but the past fiscal years, we have.
Okay.
Bonnie?
We got nothing to say.
Okay. Well, does anyone want to make a motion about something or other?
Well, I think we put forth a motion to approve to maintain the status quo and the current setup of the program would be a way to put forth a motion, right?
So approve the resolution before you,
Approve it,
approve the recommendation of.
no, approve it without the recommendation of the 80/20 up to $20,000. Just leave it exactly the way
As
it
is.
is at present. That is your motion, is it not, Andy?
Yes, that would be my motion.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Does anybody, staff want to say something?
So with this resolution, you are adopting new guidelines that we discussed at the last CRB meeting.
The answer apparently is no, we don't want to have new guidelines.
Well, the guidelines, because we were having trouble getting good applications, so we wanted to change the guidelines. Because right now, they're required to do landscaping and irrigation, and we created a separate program for that. So
Okay.
we want to change the guidelines. That's what we discussed last time. We were just not sure what you wanted to do about funding.
Okay, so can we adopt this? Could you change your motion to adopt this resolution minus the new funding formula? Andy,
As stated.
your second?
Second.
Okay, so I'm gonna sort of repeat it, because we are going to adopt the resolution, but we're going to keep the same guidelines for funding, which is $10,000 with a 50% match. Okay? Okay, you want to call the roll, please? Is there any public comment?
I have none, Chair.
Seeing none, do you want to call the roll?
Yes. Board Member Moser? Yes. Chair Campenny?
Yes.
Board Member Hawkins?
Yes.
And Board Member Noble?
Yes.
Okay. Commercial Landscape Improvement Reimbursement Grant Program. You can read the resolution so we make sure it's the right one.
checked earlier, and this is the correct one. So, resolution number 13-2024 CRA, a resolution of the Board of Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Stuart, Florida, establishing commercial property landscape improvement matching grant program within the community redevelopment area, providing an effective date and for other purposes.
Thank you. Jordan?
Good afternoon, CRB board members. On October 1st, 2024, the CRB was presented the proposed commercial landscape improvement reimbursement grant program guidelines. The board recommended approval to initiate the new program with the provided guidelines and budget. At this time, staff would like to request a motion be made to recommend approval of resolution number 13-2024 CRA to establish the commercial landscape improvement reimbursement grant program.
Okay. You want to just go through, you don't have to be in detail, but go through what this all means?
What the
Well,
program is?
Yeah, what the program is.
Sure. So I can get out the. Okay. So the board had discussed wanting to implement a landscape improvement program to branch out from the business improvement grant program. In the past, applicants had been requested last minute to provide some irrigation or upgrade their landscaping, which was causing some hardship in meeting the cost demands in the bracket that we had approved them initially for. So we thought that we could create a whole new separate program in order for them to either apply for separate programs, or they can use them together and try to get a bigger scope of work done. So the grant program provides a reimbursement up to $5,000 of public funds, and that's going to be a 50-50 match, similar to the BERT program.
Thank you. Does everybody understand that? Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve?
Can I get a second?
Second?
Okay. Do you have any public comment on this one?
I do not have.
Okay. Does anybody else want to say anything about this before we take a vote? Seeing none, go ahead and call the roll.
Chair Campetti,
Yes.
Board Member Hawkins,
Yes.
Board Member Noble,
Yes.
and Board Member Moser.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else that we need to discuss today?
That is all.
That's it? Does anybody else want to say anything? I was counting on you to say something. Yeah. You came in. All right. Seeing nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.